All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. Something's wrong. There we go. We're back, baby. Sorry we're late. I was giving Steven a haircut, and we lost track of time. And we had to give Steven only half of his haircut. We'll have to do the rest later. We're live on Patreon right now. We're going to do this for the first 30 minutes, and then we're going to jump right into another episode of Jeff FM that will go live on YouTube. But this is just a little bonus for the Patreons. Should be fun. Today we're bringing on a movie expert. That's right. We're going to talk movies. We're going to give you guys maybe a list of 10, 20, maybe 50 movies that you could watch throughout the next coming months. You could binge watch shows. I thought that was somebody actually talking to me. Yeah, his name's Mark. He directed Petting Scorpions. I don't think you guys have ever seen Mark or heard from him, but he co-directed it with Nev. You guys know Nev. She's the best, my business partner. She wears the pants in our relationship. And yeah, Mark's just going to come on here. He's a genius. He knows everything about every movie. Also, he's going to read my horoscope. He's going to tell my future because he's also a genius at that. You excited for this? You could ask him about cars. Your favorite movie.
How old is this guy?
That's a good question. I think he's around probably early 30s, but that's a young director, you know, and he's just an intellectual person, and I'm excited to have some intellectual people around because you are a product of your environment. And if I surround myself with 21-year-old arrogant, newly famous, so they have egos, it's just all going to rub off on me, and I'm going to end up becoming one of these fuckboy kids that you don't like that I have around me. You vape on camera.
It goes both ways.
Oh, I'm making you into an old grumpy man?
Yeah.
Look at these fucking... Look at these fucking...
I wear tank tops now, and
that shit's hard as fuck, bro.
Eyebrow slit.
Yeah, they're liking your haircut. You chose to do that eyebrow slit. I never did eyebrow slices. I did one from a doctor when he sliced in with a razor blade. I see you, Mima. I'm not supposed to acknowledge the chat. Oscar doesn't want me to talk to you guys personally and favorite anyone, so I'm trying not to. But I see you put, does Jeff know we're here? I see you guys. Let's get into some questions.
When we talk about stories,
we're going to do a lot of stories in a little bit. Everybody will have to wait for it because I don't think we're going to keep this live going the whole time. This is just a free one, guys. This is just extra. We were late on the early upload, and we're going to make up for it now. I want to be held accountable. If we fuck up, we're going to do extra shit on Patreon. That's just how it's going to go. We're going to release Tana and I's sex tape on Patreon when it comes out. We got to get Cody on the line. I know you guys are used to hearing terrible things that Cody did, but he actually did something good for once. He saved someone's life. He saved a guy that flipped his car over and was down in southern Florida just driving around, and he's going viral on TikTok.
Oh, you actually posted it?
He posted on TikTok, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to call Cody in. We're actually going to... He doesn't know this. He thinks we're calling him to ask him or just praise him for being a hero. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the bottom of how he filmed that, saving a guy's life so perfectly.
You're going to piss him off?
Yeah, but he's through the screen. What's he going to do? He's in Florida, you know?
What's going on?
Ah, shit, man. We just, this is the highlight of our episode today. We wanted to call you and just, thank you for being out there, saving lives. You're making the world a better place. We saw your vid. It's going viral on TikTok.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Viral on TikTok.
How many views does it have on TikTok right now?
Let me check.
It's an intense video, man. It's like something out of a movie.
300K.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
What are the comments saying? Are people hating on you saying it's fake?
I'm going viral, and I did it without the vlog squad.
Nice. Yeah, I guess the last time you went viral, it was when we picked you up from prison with the vlog squad. Yeah. Nice, Cody. I'm proud of you, man. Let's show the video so the viewers could see. We're live right now, Cody, just on Patreon, though.
Good job, brother.
Oh, look at it.
Whoa.
Damn. So you just pulled up and started... Let's watch it. Get too excited. It's my boy from Staten Island.
That's me. All right, let's go.
Good job, brother. Good job.
You okay?
He said, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he was incoherent.
Wait, so what happened?
Where'd you learn all those cool things to say to him? Is there anyone else in the car? stuff like that.
Bro, from the movies, bro.
Damn.
Camera.
What was your question, Steven?
No, I was just wondering, like, how. So, what was the process of like the camera part? Were you like?
Well, I didn't even know
You're
my boy
filming
was
this?
filming.
I'm just kidding.
So, and it was late because there was already a lot more to it because I ran up to the car and I was banging on the window
Oh shit.
and nobody was answering.
So then you were like, "Yo, bro, just shoot this real quick," and then
And my boy was like, I think he's dead.
Oh.
I
Oh
was like,
shit.
I hope not.
That's not
I'm
funny.
not ready to see no dead guy right now.
damn.
And
So
I'm like, bro, unlock the door.
did you
he
witness?
unlocked the door.
Did you witness the accident? Or
Yeah, the whole thing. We almost got smoked. We almost were part of the accident.
What happened?
guy flipped his
Basically,
truck?
The guy behind him, he's claiming that his cruise control got stuck and he was speeding. I was like, bro, I don't know what type of cruise control you had, but you were speeding. And then he just rear-ended this guy from the left, right, and the guy in the truck, it was like a movie. He just went like this. And then I was just like, oh, my boy was like, yo, brake. We're going to get caught up in this. And then it was just 3-car collision. I got out the car because I was like, we were the first car there because we were almost part of it. I just wanted to help the guy or whoever was in the car because I wasn't sure because the whole airbags. I just wanted to get him out of there but in case the car went on fire.
Oh yeah, that happens too. Like in Grand Theft Auto, the cars blow up.
So that was only my goal. And then after I got him out, I was like, yo, bro, just sit down. You might have some broken stuff. You might not know because you're just getting hit with adrenaline. And I think it's just best if you sit down. And then I told my boy, bro, let's just get out of here. I don't want to be doing police reports and stuff.
Oh, so you bounced?
Yeah, I was like,
You
"I'm
don't-
outta here, man. Let's get
Like the
outta
real
here."
Batman, you got out of there.
So the guy has no idea who
No
I
thanks.
even am.
Gotham is safe
Oh, he's
now.
gonna think an angel got him.
I never exchanged names with him. Nothing. He has no idea who I am.
Well, was he fine?
hopefully
Because
he
there's
watches
a whole
this.
video that's
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah, there's a
He
viral
posted
video.
on TikTok.
So are people talking shit to you now on TikTok? Are they saying, "Oh, who filmed this? He did this for clout"? Are they saying shit like that? Or
Yeah, they're trying to say, how does he still got his sunglasses on? This is
haters.
staged.
Don't listen to the haters, Cody.
Oh, this thing is
I'm
staged.
like, bro.
Oh.
I don't even
Staged.
care.
Damn, that would be an expensive TikTok if you flip the car to just film a TikTok. What's wrong with people, man?
It
Why
doesn't
can't
even
people
make
just be
sense.
proud of you? Haters. That's a Staten
I
Island
only
mentality.
have 300 followers on TikTok, so what are they talking about?
I know.
Why would I waste money on that shit? That was actually my second person I saved. I saved somebody like 2 months ago, but it was never really spoke about.
but nobody caught it on video.
Well, it was kind of more serious. It was like a skydiving accident.
Oh yeah, you got in some skydiving
Not
trouble.
me, this girl. She had very low experience, low level, and
You saved somebody in the fucking air, jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, but the thing is, she crashed her canopy. So basically,
Is she okay?
what happened was she had very low skill level, super nice girl, like 200 jumps. And we went to this drop zone in East Africa, and it was really challenging, a real like narrow beach. And at the end of the beach, it was a huge wall, a huge wall. So basically, she overshot the landing zone. And she was supposed to land a lot sooner, but she didn't. And she was about to go head on. She was gonna die. She was gonna head on and then collapse to her death. And I was like, "Oh man, what the hell? You're gonna die? Turn!" So she ended up turning, and ended up smashing into.
You were
all the
yelling from
water.
parachute to parachute,
She was on the canopy coming down for landing.
bro. When the fuck did your life become Mission Impossible?
So she ended up crashing into all the rocks in the ocean. Like, you know how you ever see rocks with waves?
Oh, so she went to turn into the ocean to miss
and
the
she
wall.
crashed all over the rocks like a rag doll.
Oh.
And then she started getting smashed by the current.
Oh.
Oh fuck, man.
So I got stuck in my gear. I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta save her because I had my parachute on and I was ungearing myself.
Did you land in the
Like,
water?
"Ah, fuck. I started running. I threw my helmet, boom. And then I got in the water. I did my Iron Man swim. And then I grabbed her by the back of her parachute. I'm like, oh, I got to get you out of here. She's like, oh, I got to take my parachute off. I'm like, no, let me get you out of the water. So I'm getting smashed by the water. Bro, I pull this girl. Her leg comes out the water like a snake.
Oh my
Like
god.
all like just discombobulated, broken from toe to thigh, all the way up. Just had a big open gash. I was like, ah. And this was kind of messed up because this was like my first skydiving accident. I always heard
How many
stories
jumps in
like-
were you at this point?
Like 400.
Damn. And you did that in like a year, right?
Yeah.
You went
I've
from-
been skydiving less than 2 years.
You went from 0 solo jumps to 400 in a
So
year.
she had 200.
Bro, you
200
just straight up
jumps is
went
low.
from prison to getting out, and you just turn your whole life around. Now you're you're an inspiration, Cody. I'm proud of you.
I could just imagine Cody in his wingsuit just fucking tackling her in midair, pulling his parachute and saving her.
Yeah, Cody. They're commenting in here saying that you're Liam Neeson, you're John Wick, you're Superman.
Yeah, I can't wait to wingsuit off the mountain.
That scares me. Stuff like that.
I've been doing a bunch of base jumping.
You're a big
But
guy,
those
man.
two-
You're not a bird. You know, you can't be flying around
Dude,
in
is
these
there ever an
wingsuits.
end of the jumps, like the skydiving and all that? Like, do you see like a retirement from it eventually?
What?
You're
You
gonna
ever,
retire
like,
from
Are you
skydiving.
gonna ever retire from skydiving?
You know, Cody,
or-
I want to
Just 'cause of the
apologize.
dangers.
We were calling you to mess around about the video and stuff. Steven wanted to do this thing where
What? Don't put it on me. Do not do that. We're not
he
doing
was
that.
like, what the fuck's he gonna do? Jump through the screen?
Yeah, I
You
didn't
know?
say that. That's not true, Cody. Cody's my boy, bro.
But he did a good deed, and
Steven,
it just
I'm not
happened.
Your boy. I don't
Yeah,
even-
we're not boys.
You did.
I was trying to. Yeah, I was trying to
I
side
you
with
like
them.
2 times. Don't ever call me your boy.
Yeah, Cody, you did something really great. You saved the man's life, and it was caught. It was just happened to be caught on camera. And you know, some people are just jealous because you're getting views on TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I don't give a fuck. So I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I just put it up there to put up there, you know.
Yeah, no, that's good. Spread the positivity out there into the world. It's what people need. Last thing they need is more negativity, you know? All right, Cody. Good talking to you. We'll let you go.
Later.
I'll hit you up after. All right, guys. We're going to wrap up this live. This wasn't the live for the obligations. This was just a fun one. Thanks for joining.
Y'all see how two-faced he was right there? Switch it, put it on me.
That's what I do. That's like my character, you know? That's part of my, you know, I'm
Put it
not,
all on
people
me.
take too much shit that I say serious now. They're like, oh, I'm being mean to Ryan. It's part of the bit. I don't even know why I'm explaining this. It ruins it. Did you light the microphone on fire,
I did not
Steven?
think about that. I'm so sorry.
Bro. Oh, my God.
So
now
sorry.
this
Dude,
is not
that was
part
a
of the
hair.
bit.
That was a hair. I swear. It's
Oh,
fine.
so you were trying to light the hair on fire that was
No,
on the
I
mic.
just like didn't even think. I don't know what I was doing.
Bro, you burned the whole mic. I smell it. All right, we got to go. This was so dumb. That was so dumb, Steven.
Sorry.
Today's sponsor is Casetify. It's a fun one, guys. Check it out. I got my custom cases dropped off yesterday. I'm super excited. Put protection, sustainability, and style together, and there's Casetify. Their Ultra Impact Crush cases are one of its most protective cases, engineered with innovative shock absorption patented technology. KeyTech 2.0. I've been drop testing them up to 9.8 feet. Look at that. Good as new. They are the most protective, unique looking cases out there on the market. Every detail is fine-tuned for optimal 360-degree protection and ultra slim style. And their signature camera ring, which you see all over Instagram from mirror selfies, is designed to not just look good, but also protect your precious camera lens. Not to mention their cases are super eco-friendly. Their Crush cases are actually made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials. Interestingly, their Crush cases are part old phone cases that have been shredded and repurposed, which is reflected in their unique speckled look on the protection bumper. As if that's not enough, they have tons and tons of prints and designs to choose from, and if you still can't find the one, you can always design your own customized phone cases. The options are truly endless, perfect for yourself and perfect as a gift too. Who doesn't love a sweet personalized gift? Casetify has got you covered. Get your Casetify cases today with my discount code 15JeffFM for the most protective, cool looking, and environmentally friendly cases the internet has to offer. Thank you, Casetify, for sponsoring this episode. I love the cases.
I was also thinking, like, should we cut live with the cigar, or should we,
Yeah.
like, just chop them? Like, open up with us chopping them?
Yeah.
Like Bill Burr style? Like, just like...
Yeah, that's what they do on Rogan, right?
Yeah, Rogan, dude. I was also going to say, it might get smoky in here. Is that cool?
Speaking of this place getting a little smoky,
Yeah.
my co-host here, he just lit that microphone on fire, and I asked why you did that. He said, sorry, just wasn't thinking. What if he had a gun?
No way.
What if he had a fucking gun,
Are you
and he
serious?
shoots Kyle, and he just had a
Point blank?
lapse of judgment? It worries me. I'm actually a little freaked out.
I just want to make sure that we're, like, you know...
Here, pull the mic closer and throw your headphones on.
Because I kind of want to, you know, I want to christen this place with a bit of our smoke, you know? It feels too virginal in here, you know?
Mark, it's nice. It's nice to have you here.
It's nice to be here, man. I'm not gonna school you on how to cut a cigar. I'm gonna just.
Never cut one in my life. But
No.
I'm guessing it's just
You want me
you
to
just
cut
snip it off, right?
Do you want to cut it? You could do a cut.
Are you a cigar connoisseur?
I want to say connoisseur, but
You're an everything connoisseur.
It's true. I dive deep into everything I do.
We have our first true intellectual on the show today. Mark, Sarah, how do you pronounce your last name? Cira.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, you directed the first ever movie I ever acted in. It's the first video on my YouTube channel. Petting scorpions. Looked incredible.
Beautiful.
Almost too good for my channel.
Good performance. Like strong.
You took a big risk on me because at the time I was selling weed. And
Wait, you're not selling weed anymore?
No.
That's why I came here. QP.
No, I had to put all my eggs in one basket. That's how I am. I can't do too many different things because then I start slacking on those. So
You're focused.
I'm all in social media, baby.
You're focused now.
Yeah,
But that door's not closed. That door's not
yeah,
closed.
it does close because once you talk about it on the internet for a bunch of times, you can't go back to doing that stuff.
That's
'Cause
true.
My whole thing is I did this, I learned a lot from it, and now I'm here, and I'm able to share what I learned from it, so you guys don't have to go down that path. Or you could go down that path, and I could maybe help you out with some stuff that I did wrong because I got arrested for it a bunch of times.
I see in your chart you like risk.
But
What?
No, I thought
Made
there
a
was
bunch
a
of money.
but.
I guess there
if-
is a but. Yeah, I was able to save up enough money and pursue a career in entertainment, which was my dream. I always wanted to act. I always saw movies, and I saw Ryan Gosling doing cool gangster shit,
amazing.
and Ray Liotta and De Niro.
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. He just passed this year.
Yep, that was rough.
It's a huge loss. I always have that burned into my head as far back as I can remember. I always wanted to be a gangster. What is there a better opening line than that?
No,
is there?
and I always try to copy it when I do voiceovers, and it's just like it's obvious.
You
what
got
I'm
it
doing.
though. You got it because you have a bit of the New York accent.
Like,
So
where
you
do I
hear it.
begin?
Yeah, every time we ever have a big video.
As I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
That's iconic.
So good, man. And then in Blow, money
my
isn't
God,
real,
Blow.
George. It only seems like it is.
Wow. When I
Sometimes
saw
you
that,
flush, sometimes you bust. When you're down, it's never, or when you're up, it's never as good as it seems. When you're down, you never think you'll be back up again. But life goes on, Georgie.
wow, you got it. You got it verbatim. You even got the incantation. Like that's
I've seen it too many times, and I base that movie a lot on my relationship with my father because
Really?
I was always, I grew up on the East Coast. He was from Boston,
yeah.
but I'm from Staten Island. It's close, East Coast. My dad was a blue collar guy. Worked on, he worked at the bus depot. It was the same shit, and he kind of looked like him too.
It did. Yeah.
So yeah, I always was like, this guy made me wanna not just act, but I also followed Goodfellas. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a wise guy. I don't want to work.
I know. Working's for suckers.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Demme, who directed it, I mean, fantastic director. Only did a few films, but he died, pretty young because
Yeah.
he was I don't want to.
Was it allegedly coke?
Yeah, heart attack.
That was the
Yeah.
last movie ever made, right?
I think so.
Crazy.
It's so sad.
I want to get into this later on. We're going to do
Okay.
our top movie
Yeah,
list because
yeah.
we're going to give everybody a bunch of movies to watch.
Cannot
but
wait.
I want to give you my top 5, and I don't even have it dialed in right now, but I'm guessing I have to put Blow number 1.
Oh, Blow is so good.
Probably do
Penelope
Goodfellas
Cruz?
number 2.
Damn, wow, I didn't know you were that big of a Blow fan.
I know.
Oh
it's
my
not even
God.
it didn't even get that good of ratings.
Ethan Suplee, though, I mean, it's amazing. It's a great cast. But
Yeah.
Goodfellas is Goodfellas. I mean, to me, Goodfellas is...
I know, but
untouchable.
Goodfellas is also very similar to my childhood. Like, I was around some wise guys, and it wasn't
Yeah.
as cool as they make it in the movie. But yeah, Staten Island, all that shit just reminds me too much of my
Of your
upbringing.
youth.
Yeah. And Blow, they go to Colombia, they meet Pablo.
Oh,
They fucking
incredible.
the outfits in it, the
outfits are
Colombian
incredible.
wife.
the costumes.
Diego.
Diego. When
JL.
he's all paranoid when he comes to the island. He's like, George.
Yeah, and then he's all coked out. He's
Yeah.
like, bye.
Bye.
Who introduced you to your bitch Colombian wife?
Yeah. Ooh, George. Ooh. I love that.
See, I feel bad because you guys don't really know about these movies, but this episode is for me.
Yeah.
Like they say in the entertainment biz, it's 2 for them, 1 for me.
exactly.
I just had Tana on. We got a bunch of clout. We talked a bunch of shit about drama, internet stuff,
That's what I'm saying.
paparazzi videos.
Gotta crack open a couple of cigars and like bring it back home.
Yeah.
Bring it back home.
It's my own Joe Rogan episode. This is my
It
own
is.
JRE, the JF.
The JF podcast. I'm gonna cut
JFM
this guy. I'm gonna
podcast.
cut this bad boy. Is it cool if I cut it right there?
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Nice, Kyle. Nice.
And honestly, I gotta say, I'm a bit moved by being here face to face with you right now, because the last image I saw of you prior to seeing you in person was Nev sent me a photo text of you in the hospital, and I was like, holy shit, this is intense.
Oh yeah.
And I just gotta say, like, the near death experience, it carries over to some of the best. Scorsese, right? On his deathbed when he was about to make Raging Bull, De Niro comes into his hospital with the book and says, look, if you survive, we got to make this. I felt, when Nev sent me that photo, I felt like going to the hospital and talking to you and saying, look, here's the, I mean, I don't know what the book was, but like, here's the book. Scorsese nearly died.
How?
Scorsese was in the midst of doing New York, New York with Liza Minnelli and Robert De Niro. He was also coked out doing The Last Waltz with the band.
Oh, so Scorsese almost died from a drug overdose?
I mean, he was highly medicated. He was doing cocaine like up the wazoo. And here's the thing. When he was in the hospital, he was 109 pounds.
No way.
He was frail. A gust of wind would have destroyed him. So when he came to, when he went to the hospital to get basically revived, De Niro, his best friend, was like, I don't want to see you die. Here's a book that I hope will carry you back to life. And it was the Jake LaMotta biography. And he brought it to him before. He brought it to him when he was making The Godfather Part 2. And Scorsese's like, I don't get boxing. I don't want to do this. But when he brought it to him in the hospital, he's like, oh, I get this now. It's like, I'm fighting for my life. That's why Raging Bull is such a badass film, because it's like,
wow.
Here's a man fighting for his life in black and white photography. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. I love, and that's what reminded, as soon as I saw that photo of you, I was like, I gotta go there. I gotta go to Utah and bring him the Jake LaMotta biography.
Damn, I wish I would have known this, man.
Well,
it's so nice I get to know it now, but I'm healed up now.
Dude, what I'm trying to say is that it's very moving to see a lesser character would not have the kind of dignified return that you would. Like it takes a lot, and your Leo moon suggests that kind of bravery.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot.
We'll get into that.
You're also you're a psychic. You are a horoscope.
I'm a cigar smoker. That's what I'm an I like astrology.
You like astrology. Now, I've hated on astrology sometimes in the past.
As you should.
Those things can relate to everybody. It's not real. It's a scam. But I don't know, Mark. I just trust you, and I really value your advice.
I like that. I appreciate that.
And just your input on things. I remember when we were doing that movie the first time we ever worked together. Every little thing you said, it was just so insightful. You're just
sweet,
you just
man.
knew a little bit about everything and just ways to make things better.
Aww.
It was so nice. And Nev, obviously, too. Nev is my business
incredible.
partner. She's helps me with everything in life.
I don't think people get it. That's the thing. I don't think people understand how close to mortality some people come to. And in your case, it was like a hair inch to mortality. And it could have gone bad. It could have gone like third act of The Aviator bad. Like you got long hair and you're wearing Kleenex boxes.
Lock myself in the
and
apartment,
Oscar's like talking
pissing
you
in
through
bottles.
And Oscar's like,
I think I did go through a phase like that.
You know what I mean? No, but I'm not joking. Or like Henry Hill in the third act, where it's like you're seeing helicopters.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that you didn't, the fact that you have this third act, I don't want to say third act because you're a young dude, but the fact that you came out, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
And it gives me,
Give me that lighter. Let me. Actually, you got to cut this up for me.
All right.
I don't know how to cut cigars.
Oscar, pass that to Jeff for me.
Look at this. Doing our own JRE.
But give him a light. Just give him a light, because he's. I got that specifically for Jeff. If anyone's wondering or inquiring what he's smoking right now, it's a Sober Mesa Brulee Blue limited edition. They only made 1,000 boxes. Ecuadorian wrapper, Mexican binder, and a Nicaraguan filler.
This is nice.
Dude, it's like dessert. Lick your lips.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's a sweet. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's all natural. There's no sweet tip. It's a natural cigar. Want to know why? Because you're a sweet guy. That's why I got you that cigar.
Do you want to watch the trailer of Penning Scorpions for people that haven't seen it? Now?
Yeah, pull up the trailer.
Oh wow, this is a throwback.
Hold on, before we play this.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized what I was getting into when I first signed on to this, because I was still selling weed at the time, and people look at guys that are hustling. I was a hustler,
of course, still are.
I was literally on the phone before we called action for our first shot, and I found out that things didn't go right for me, and I lost about $40,000 on one phone call because packages got seized or they just got robbed or something by an employee or something. And I lost a lot of money right before we called action. And I had all that stuff playing in my head. And now we have my ex-girlfriend at the time who was an actual actor. She's been acting her whole life, professional. She gets right out there and fucking kills it. And then it's time for me to do my close-ups in my opening shot. And there's like 50 people on set. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I just had to immediately just block all that out, everything that was going on.
Wow.
And that's when I realized, all right, this is what being a professional is.
Wow. And you nailed it.
I was a little shaky. I was a little nervous. And looking back, I cringe at some of the stuff.
I couldn't sense the nerves.
The first scene, yeah.
I felt like you were completely composed. I felt like I was nervous. I was like, holy shit, this guy's coming in like leather jacket. He looked like James Dean and like fucking East of Eden.
It was ace.
I was like, holy shit. And then
My character.
Like, and you just jumped right in. It was just like night and day.
Our role was very
very
close to my own personality.
What makes you think we'll be going the same direction anyway? Because we both lost something. What makes you think I lost them?
Wow.
You're running away from Vegas.
Wow.
So yeah, such a fun shoot, man.
So great. The desert.
Leader's sitting on almost $1 million left. If you help
Rudy. Rudy was great.
And the
character.
acid. I love how. Oh, Charles Bradley in the trailer.
Damn, that house is so fun.
Beautiful. Weird energy in that house. Oh, remember that scorpion?
Oh yeah, I fucking remember that scorpion.
Oh yeah.
I hated that I had to hold that scorpion.
Dude, that was intense.
It wasn't the most authentic choice, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too bad there's not like a Yelp for cults.
Probably the most fun 3 days of my
That
life.
was great, man.
He still had his New York accent.
Yeah.
Oh, it was way stronger back then, huh?
Yeah. You've lost it a
You're
bit.
doing that for the show, like, or the movie, like, on purpose.
Oh, you thought I enhanced my New York accent?
Yeah, you're trying to be like a tough, like.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I guess I'll run with that.
yeah, just take that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, damn. No, I think I was just nervous, and it comes out more when I'm nervous. But no, I was nervous. Like I said, I was nervous for the first scene, and then, working with you guys, you and Nev behind the camera, and then, it was a lot of my friends and stuff that we used.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but
good chemistry on set.
Yeah,
I sensed it. I when it was wrapped, I was like, fuck, I wish we could do another 3 weeks. Just do a feature. Let's just do a feature. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, it's just something about, I don't know, because like when I come in here and do the podcast, I love it because it's no pressure. I just get to be myself, and
Yeah.
you just have interesting conversations with people I want to talk to. I get to book the guests. I get to do everything pretty much. I get to hang out with who I want to hang out with. I don't know how I ended up here, but I do love him and seeing his face. I just don't like when he burns the microphone and then says, I don't know why I did it.
Yeah, take ownership.
That's what he says.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I just did it, and I have to be like, okay.
You accept it. You accept that things aren't in your control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you're living in a circus now.
But there's something about being a leading man on set, and just, when they're setting up the shot,
And
they come and get you, and they're like, I'm with number one, on the call sheet.
Exactly.
And they're walkie-talking. Okay, I got Jeff now. Are we ready to go? It's like your time's so valuable. You just get treated like such. I don't know what it is, man.
What are you trying to say? You've fallen from grace? You're like now I got
Now I'm in here in my damn house.
Like this palatial podcast studio. You're like, what's going on?
The bathroom boys. My producers are now in a bathroom.
I went into that bathroom. It's like a fucking Terry Gilliam set. There's like wires ascending from the ceiling. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? What's Jeff got himself into?
Yeah, it's this weird setup we have now where we just, we're kind of like a small production company, and we just do things our way.
That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
Like the end of Goodfellas. My way.
No, I order, I order spaghetti.
I order spaghetti and I get
egg noodles and ketchup. I'm an average nobody.
You got it.
I get to live my life like a schmuck.
And then the Sid Vicious.
That's me now. I'm living my life like a fucking schmuck.
That's not bad. If the third act of Henry Hill's life is your life, that's not too bad. I can't wait to read your memoirs. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you make it until you're like,
I don't know.
Like the shit you're pulling, I don't know. You're putting yourself in precarious situations.
Yeah. You never know. You never know if I'll still be here. You want to try it? Does that ruin it if you share it?
It's not like a...
I just don't want him to get any mayonnaise or something on it, because he's eating a sandwich.
I slobber all over it. I'm just kidding.
I love like his form is amazing.
Yeah,
it suits him. It suits him too.
It's a new thing for me because I'm not used to just having a conversation and smoking a cigar here. Usually I have notes and we're doing callers and shit like that.
Notes. What are you talking about notes?
Yeah, I got your name here pulled up. I Googled you, and you got a lot of movies you've done. Film editor, it says.
Yeah.
So you edit, you write,
I love editing.
you
I love
direct,
writing, yeah.
and you also do.
I'm on TikTok.
Yes, you started
Doing
TikTok
nice.
recently, and your
Yeah.
TikToks are blowing up because you're talking about movies. Some of those movies are a little too old for me to get
Dude.
into.
You're just too young. That's the thing.
No, how old are you?
I'm not gonna. You never ask a man his age.
That's the other one. It's a woman. No, are you younger or older?
I'm a year older than you.
Okay,
I've got an old soul. You know, I'm an
that's-
old man.
That's what it
That's
is.
why I got
yeah.
a cigar here. I'm an old man.
How do you know all these movies from the 30s and?
I just love films, and I like to dig deep. You know, I like to go into weird. It's like when you go into a house and you see the living room and you see like the bedroom, but I'm like, yeah, I want to go to the crawl space. It's like, why? It's because I like I want to be away from other people. I want to just dig into the crawl space and see films that I don't know. That's just how I am. It's always how I've been.
So what do you watch? The silent movies?
I love silent films.
Really?
What?
Just
Oh, that sounds boring.
No, nobody really likes silent
Yeah.
movies.
Sunrise. You'd love it. Or
Yeah.
or not a silent film, but Hell's Angels by Howard Hughes. Sorry.
We're gonna be pushing it with this audience here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
I wanna give them an actual list of movies because nowadays all people do is watch TikTok.
Dude,
You know,
I
and
mean
you're on
that's why
TikTok
I
now,
went
that's
on
good.
there. That's why I went on there, and then I realized everyone on TikTok is like either a Nolan fanboy or a Tarantino fanboy, and those are great directors. But like, expand your palette.
Just hold on to it. I don't have an ashtray. Just smoke it for a little bit. I'll get it back once we start doing the astrology reading.
I like that. The generosity of the Leo
Yeah,
moon.
pour up a nice glass.
Sorry, I'm just I'm making myself at home.
Yeah, enjoy. We got plenty of time here.
I like the TikTok because it's like you gotta condense everything. Everything can't be long. It's gotta be like you gotta get your ideas out in like a minute, which you're used to that. You're so good at getting things out, and I
don't know if that's a good thing though.
Is it?
I think
it?
some ideas should be slow burners. You know, you put them in the oven.
Like a cigar.
You come
That's a
back
good- I like
to
that
it,
metaphor.
you check it out, and then you sleep on it and come back to the edit the next day, or you just even writing stuff. I want to do more pre-production. I want to do more short films. The reason I got into this was to act and create stuff like that. And now I feel like I have an idea, and we're just like, let's just put it on the podcast. Let's just
Impulsively or compulsively.
yeah.
But that's also good. Like, think about it, man. Back in the 50s, if you were Michael Curtiz, you're making like a film a year, 2 films a year. There's no
Nobody's gonna know these names.
Sorry. Michael Curtiz, everyone. But if you're a studio director, right, you're making things quickly because they're like, just get it out. We don't care. Now you have Ari Aster or the Safdies making films every 4 or 5 years.
Safdie brothers. Those are my favorite new directors right now.
But they, like, it's a different time. Now it's like people like pre-production for, gotta develop it, gotta get funding.
Well,
Back
when
in
I
the
say
day,
pre-production, Mark,
yeah.
I don't do any preparation for anything now.
I
do the
disagree.
podcast.
I
I'll
don't-
maybe have a few notes or something. When I do the barbershop, I'll write a few jokes. And if I have an idea for like a bigger bit, and these guys will help out sometimes with like just throwing shit out there. But we don't plan as much as I would like to. And we don't just take enough time with
But
projects.
that's-
There's such a demand. You have to put out a new podcast every week. And then we do some on Patreon. And then we're doing the main channel videos. And it's just never ending.
But that's I think that's part of your strength. Your strength is like output, impulsive, go, do it, do. People, dude, I'm telling you right now, people overthink things now. People think too much about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I gotta sit here and ruminate. No, you don't gotta ruminate. You gotta do what you're supposed to do. Like,
Yeah.
look at someone like Charlie Chaplin. Look at this, or Hitchcock. Filmography of like 50
okay, I
to
know
100
those two
films.
names.
You know what? But I'm saying, like, they were outputting because they were like, I don't have time to. I just want to I want to make people laugh, or I want to make people scared, and I got to do it now. I don't have time.
But they
to
would
think.
still do one movie a year or something like that. I feel like that's a
That's-
healthy.
You're saying that you can't do a movie a day? Come on.
I
you
want to
can-
do one podcast a year. Imagine how good that one would be. But I would have too
I
much
disagree.
pressure to make
yeah,
it
it'd be
perfect.
it's like a crystal. It's too much.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like you,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like your personality and your skill and your talent, it's beneficial to this kind of to keep the wheels. If you stopped, let me put it this way: if you started taking a couple of days, it's like riding a bike. You stop pedaling, you're gonna fall over.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna fall over.
So this is a muscle here, and if I'm
This is a
using it
mu-
every day, I'm in my prime. Why not put a camera in my face every single day and just spill out everything that's going on up in this brain?
Precisely.
What am I going to go to a therapist? Just talk to
I gotta say, you should.
Yeah, I should do that too.
You
I should do that too.
You're too strong. You're too strong.
I know. Yeah. Well, not really. I'm working on it. It's in the works. But
Because you're. I will say this. You're. I mean, you're inspiration to me, obviously, because what you came out of was really fucking harrowing. But you gotta spend a bit of time and just reflect on what happened, man.
You never did
you, Mark.
heroin?
Sorry?
You never did heroin?
That's what I'm impressed by. I'm impressed that you didn't get into opiates. I'm impressed you didn't,
no, he was saying heroin, like hero-ish, like, kind of like that.
Wait,
he
me?
took that word as
did he? As a narrative?
that I used to do.
Oh.
I was like, I'm sorry. I was impressed that he didn't get into heroin.
Oh.
No,
No, I thought you said he... No, never mind. I got confused with the words.
All I'll say is that I will say that it keeps your mind moving. It's good, but you got to take a bit of time and reflect. That's all I'll say.
yeah.
But you strike me as someone who you got to keep moving. Your brain's always churning around.
If I take too much time for myself, then I feel like I'm not being productive, and I feel like I'm wasting my life, and I compare myself to others. So if I'm falling behind and I see other people in my field, or other just it'll just put more pressure on me to come back, and I just want to be on it all the time. You know this game, Steven. It's even worse for kids with TikTok now, because they need to put out a new video, 2-3 videos
Steven,
a
are you
day.
inhaling?
Don't inhale. Oh, by the way,
I mean to do that,
do
sorry.
not
But yeah,
inhale.
I think the internet was the death to good comedy movies.
I think it was the death to a lot of things. I think it was the death to, back in the day, you go see a movie, you see it on a big screen, you see it on a huge wall, and you're kind of you submit to that experience. Now, I'm watching a movie on my MacBook.
You're curled up.
I'm
no,
curled
not
up
even on your phone.
on your phone.
You got one eye open, your
On your
neck's hurting,
phone.
and you watch it on your side, or you're on the toilet.
And what does that do? What does that do? It makes you the dominant figure in the relationship to the media. It makes you kind of like, I'm possessing this. No, back in the day, the film possessed you. It washed over you. Now you're like, I can stop it, go to the bathroom, stop. That's not a good thing. People think that's great because you have freedom. It's like, no, freedom isn't good. Freedom, no good. It's like, do the right thing. Freedom, no. But that's why I love The Irishman. Because The Irishman, I'm going deep into this.
No, it's good. You're speaking my language here.
But The Irishman, think about what Scorsese is doing. He's aware he's making a film for the internet, for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Opening shot. What's the opening shot? It's a dolly down the hospital hallway. And the frame is a vignette, right? It's a vignette. People, if they don't know what a vignette is, it's kind of like a wrapped around. It kind of like creates a smaller frame within the frame with a lighting and shadow. And so he opens the frame in a square aspect ratio, like a TV. And then it goes down the hall and it becomes a full frame. Oh, what's the full frame? That's the cinema. And what's the last shot of The Irishman? No spoilers. The frame is a sliver with Robert De Niro in his old age home. Scorsese's closing the frame. He's creating a smaller frame within the frame for you to realize, oh, this is about the death of cinema. This is the death of the experience.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. I know that was Pesci's last
It's on the screen.
film.
There it is. See that? There's the vignette. It's a square aspect ratio, goes into the wide, and now it's a wide shot.
Damn, Scorsese's on another level.
Scorsese's he's a genius.
He's doing this in his 80s?
And he's doing this in... That's what I'm saying.
Aren't you supposed to have dementia by
I know.
then?
That's what I'm trying to... That's exactly it.
And he's just so many steps
There's
ahead.
so many steps. And then the last shot, you're like, wow, it's really Scorsese meditating on what is cinema now.
Is he your number one favorite director?
He's my number one.
Yeah.
Well, Kubrick is my number one, but Kubrick's... My number one living director is Scorsese. My number one past director is Stanley Kubrick.
I always used to... Like, you fear people passing away.
Oh, big time.
De Niro's one of them, because they're getting up
my
there,
God,
you know?
Dude. I saw him talk with Scorsese at the Beacon Theater 2 years ago for The Irishman. It was fucking fantastic. Like, to be in the room with those two giants, it's humbling.
Yeah, imagine sitting next to him on a plane or something. I just sat next to Miles. Well, he was the row behind me, but Miles Teller was on the flight. But
Oh,
imagine,
he was in The Offer. How was The Offer? Did you see it?
It was great.
I want to see it, man. I really want to see
It's
The Offer.
really, really dope, because I never thought about it. You watch these movies and you're like, oh yeah, that's just gangster movies. It's a genre that, crushes it. But back then, I mean, you're going to make a movie exposing a lot of secrets of actual gangsters, criminals, murderers, organized crime. And you're going to expose all these for you to get paid? These guys were like, fuck that.
I know, Puzo.
You're not. And they had all these protests. This is an embarrassment to Italian culture. Disrespect. The respect.
Well, and they still don't like that film. They still don't like that film. When I went to Sicily, they were like, The Godfather, no.
Really?
Oh, dude, no, of course. Because, like, Think about it this way. There's no Sicilians, there's no Italian Americans depicted on film, ever. Then Coppola comes in. Robert Evans is like, we need an Italian to make this film. So Coppola steps in, and the first depiction of Italian Americans is like this gloomy, like dark, seedy mafioso. It's like, no, you can't do that. That's like you're painting an entire people with one brush. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a fucking masterpiece. So what are you gonna do?
So their compromise with the mob was,
what was
we're just
that?
not gonna say the word mafia in the whole movie. So they would call it
Wow.
the family.
Wow.
And that one
Familia.
little detail was kind of cool, you know, because mafia nowadays, it's kind of like played out, you know. It's
Big time, dude. Big time.
It's not like it used to be. And even when I was growing up, like all the wannabe wise guys, it was like cheesy, you know, like
So
what the
it's cringe. It's
Yeah,
cringe.
exactly. It was cringe.
Yeah,
I remember there was this guy Vito. He's in jail now for like an OxyContin ring with doctors and shit like that. He lived down the block from me, and he sold me like an electric scooter that was stolen. Like it fell off the back of a truck. And my dad knew what this guy was up to, and he knew that this guy was no good. But at the time, I thought he was cool because I'm a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I'm like, this is dope. This guy's selling scooters for half price. I could
How do I
buy
get
a
that job?
scooter. Yeah. So I was hanging around this guy, and he came out one day when he saw that I bought the scooter. My dad came out, and he was pissed. He had a sledgehammer, and he started bashing up my scooter.
No way.
And I was pissed. I
No
didn't understand why he was doing it. I thought he was just... I thought in my head, I was making up shit. I'm like, he just doesn't like this guy because he's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
but
jealous.
I didn't realize he was looking out for me. And then sure enough, later on, this guy goes to jail, and everybody around him went to jail.
For
He
the
ended up
scooters?
becoming a rat.
Or
No,
for the
because he was
opiates?
doing, OxyContin, a bunch of way worse stuff than just scooters. But it's a gateway. That scooter was a
course.
gateway. I
is.
buy that fucking stolen scooter. Now I'm driving around that scooter. I'm basically in the mob
You were
at 10 years old.
bought a scooter at 10 years old. You had your own money.
I had a
You
paper
bought-
route. Yeah, I had a paper route at 10. So I was making like
10?
$200 a week, and the scooter was only like $100 because it's stolen anyway. But it was a sick electric scooter.
I could see you on a scooter.
I mean, as a 10-year-old, yeah. I mean,
But
yeah,
I like that he brought it. I like how he said it was the family. Because it kind of, I mean, I don't want to get too nerd out here, but like, it's kind of like a Shakespeare now. It's like, because that's Shakespeare. It's all about family. And that's also very Sicilian. It's all about family.
Yeah.
So the fact that he swapped mafia for his family, it doesn't feel like an artistic compromise. It feels like actually like integral to the story.
Yeah, that Miles
I
Teller.
gotta see. Who's Miles
You
Teller?
love it.
Who
He
does
plays
play?
the producer that gets the whole
Evans
thing done.
or the
And
other one?
so they're, I forget the name, but yeah, they're the one. He's the one that the mob is after because he's the guy getting the movie made.
And they're like, no.
Yeah, they're like, this fucking guy. He almost got killed several times. I don't want to even spoil the movie. I don't
Jeez.
even know what happens. I kind of stopped watching after like 3 episodes.
Could you imagine?
Because it's one of those shows now that you have to wait to watch the next episode.
Yeah, you're like, just give me that.
I'm so used to just binge watching a series
I know.
that, you know, I can't even get it. I did that with Euphoria. I would wait for episodes. I would wait
Did
for
you
them
like
to come
it?
out.
Did you
And
like
it was
it?
kind of exciting to get that feeling like, oh, fuck, that was so
rush.
good.
That
Now I
rush.
can't wait till Sunday night for my show to come on. People don't even get that nowadays. They
Yeah,
don't
I know.
understand it.
I know.
It's also
waiting.
just because like Euphoria was like a talking point in pop culture.
Well, Euphoria, I mean, there's a few shows I'll wait on.
But you're right. There's no more waiting. There's no more. You have to be patient. Like I remember
Yeah.
when, you know, an Eyes Wide Shut came out. It was people were like, "What the hell is this movie about?" There was nothing coming out about it, and the mystery ended up building kind of an energy around the work that didn't exist before. And that's the thing is like you don't have the mystery's dead. Mystery's dead, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people just want everything. They want it now.
Do you recommend watching a trailer before you watch a movie?
I try not to, but at the same time, I'll tell you why. Because trailer edits now are terrible.
And
I hate
some
to
of them
say
give
that.
away the whole movie.
I hate exactly the best. In my opinion, the best film trailer of all time is The Social Network. Whoever cut that, I gotta give him respect. That is one of the best like feeling trailers I've ever seen.
Great movie, too.
Great film, but the
Drop
I'm
the
like,
the.
whoever decided to do Creep with like a creepy children's orchestra, I was like, that's genius. Like, it's brilliant. And when I remember seeing it in the theater for the first time, and I was like, oh, I gotta see. This is something I gotta see. But Fincher's like in his own class, you know, Virgo. He's a smart dude. He's like. He's thinking about how to intersect the past with the present in interesting ways.
Virgo.
But trailers,
I have no idea what that means, but
Virgos.
What are your opinion on what's your opinion on the Cars movie?
I mean, you know, you gotta love the cars.
it's the only movie he's seen.
I love that.
in
What are
his
you doing here,
life.
Jeff? What are you doing
He
here?
would love the storyline of that. He's McQueen.
Have you even seen it?
He's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, but I mean,
Do you
but
agree
Lightning
with,
McQueen
do
is
you agree
Steve
with what
McQueen.
Scorsese says about Marvel movies that are like the amusement park of the film industry? It's
Pixar.
just you go there and fuck it. Yeah, I know,
I gotta
but
be
that's kind
careful
of down that
because
lane.
I gotta be careful because the TikTok people, turn on their backs on Scorsese.
They don't like that Scorsese.
But
said
here's the
that.
thing. To me, it's very simple. You want to know the difference between Marvel and cinema? Or let's not even say Marvel. Let's just say, do you want to know what the difference between art is and not art? Art isn't trying to sell you something. Anything that is trying to sell you something isn't art. It's a commercial. So when you're watching a Marvel film, like, yeah, it's great, but they're trying to sell you pajamas. They're trying to sell you a couple of toys.
Action
to buy. Yeah,
figures.
exactly. And so, like, it's very simple to me. It's like, I'm not saying it's lesser than, but I'm saying it's not. Art is supposed to be telling you the truth. Now, you can...
That's why my favorite genre of movies are based on a true story.
Same.
I need to
Biopics.
see something that will either inspire me or just something that's like, okay, this is somebody's life. This was real.
Yeah.
This actually happened.
Totally.
There's
Ciao.
nobody with fucking superpowers. No cars can talk.
Yeah.
Well, it
All right.
inspired me to want to be a race car, Jeff.
You want to be... Okay, not real.
There you
Not
go.
real. You can never be a car,
Race
Steven.
a race car.
Oh, you want to race
And
a
win
race
the
car?
Piston Cup.
Okay, I've never seen this movie, so I can't
doesn't
even
even
talk
know.
about it, and I want to, I need to be completely unbiased here.
It's such a good story.
Today's episode is sponsored by DoorDash. Have you got back-to-back meetings, errands to run, and chores to take care of? What's the secret to clearing your to-do list? A little help from DoorDash. You can get dinner, household essentials, and everything on your grocery list delivered. Get what you want to eat right now and right at your door with DoorDash. Along with restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Craving late night ice cream? Forget that one key ingredient for dinner? Or maybe you just need to stock up for the week. With DoorDash, you get everything in one app. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and even Cheesecake Factory. Ordering is easy, and your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose the contactless delivery drop-off, so you don't have to have that awkward interaction when the guy shows up at your door and he watches your podcast and you're in your underwear. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code JeffFM. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code JeffFM. Don't forget, that's code JeffFM for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Back on with the show. Thank you, DoorDash. Favorite movie from the past 10 years?
It's a great question.
You want to know mine?
Yeah, of course I do.
Probably Good Time.
Good Time was good. But go to your top, go to your third. You said fifth is Blow, fourth is Goodfellas. I'm sensing a theme.
Damn, because I know when you start saying yours, I'm like, that's in my top 5 too.
I don't even know if I have a top. I'm like...
It's tough.
I'm gonna
It's
mention ones you're gonna be
impossible
like,
to say one, but if you could name 5, it's... I'm just gonna spit things
that
out. I would
Vegas
throw.
movie.
Yeah,
Holes?
Fear and Loathing's really good.
Oh, Fear and Loathing.
The
Oh
one
my
we talked about
God.
with Mike about the holes in the desert or something like that.
Oh, Casino.
Casino's
Casino's really good. I'd put it below Goodfellas.
Really?
Yeah.
Casino is definitely someone coming up to Scorsese and being like, do that again. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah,
do
yeah.
what you did with Goodfellas, do it again.
And I can't leave out The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's great.
You know
What
just-
Nolan did to that
and it's not even
genre-
that good. It's just literally you can just watch the Joker scenes. Heath Ledger
Oh
in it
my
is just
God,
incredible.
dude.
But
another horrible.
but the
loss,
rest of it kind of is like whatever. You know, the acting's kind of a little cheesy.
man. You know who Heath Ledger based that performance on?
Wait, he died?
Yeah,
Heath Ledger died when?
like right after the
Before the movie
came
even came out, he died.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
wow.
He got so in a character for that role. That's why it's the best acting ever, because he died. He gave his life.
out. He like locked
for that
himself
role.
in like his apartment for like 30 days.
We did
Yeah.
the Joker
Wow.
barbershop episode where we did kind of like a themed episode of the barbershop. It's a barbershop show where I just have to give people haircuts, but we like to have a
I
little
love
fun
that,
with
of
it.
course.
So how many times can you make a haircut exciting? So we
Beautiful.
started doing Halloween episodes themed. Probably just make them all themed from now on.
You
But
should.
I was doing the Joker, and I locked myself in my apartment for 3 days smoking cigarettes to get in the character for it. Oscar's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're actually insane." You remember that?
Your method.
Yeah, there was like food all over the table. Like John lived there.
Yeah, I went method for a fucking YouTube video.
But
That's
Heath
how
Ledger
sick I am.
brings it. He brings it. I feel like you got that. You bring it. But you know what Heath Ledger based his performance on, which was Tom Waits. Watch Tom Waits.
Oh, the old jazz musician or something, right?
Yeah, watch Tom Waits in a talk show
talk
from like
show,
the
yeah.
90s. That's Heath Ledger, baby. That's Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
You know, because
Wow.
I like that he draw. You know what I mean? I like performers that draw from
Oscar, what's the guy's name again?
Tom Waits.
This is where the Joker came from.
Yeah.
This guy, his voice is
Yes.
nuts.
Yeah, some people are recognizing it, and it's really kind of an odyssey, journey. The songs interrelate.
It's so Heath. It's crazy. I mean, well, Heath is you know,
like when he's being interrogated in the Dark Knight, he's kind of like
Play some of the
collapsed.
songs backwards. It says dirty things.
yeah, the mannerisms, everything.
Yeah.
The price of one album, getting all kinds of entertainment there.
Yeah, I'm looking for some new consumers and attempting to cook my dinner on your stove. Possibly by
That's nuts, huh? What a good find for Heath.
I did spend some time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, motel.
Damn, I wish that was my voice all the time.
I know.
Who's that guy?
This is where the Joker character was based off of this guy. So Heath Ledger found this guy. He's like, this is it. I'm channeling this guy, and I'm gonna make the best character in any movie of all time.
Yeah, and there's something smooth about it.
Yeah.
So what about 300 or Inglourious
Great movie.
Bastards?
Great.
I love
Or-
Inglourious Bastards. I love it. I think Inglourious Bastards might be his best.
Lone Survivor.
Let's go back to Inglourious Bastards.
Lone Survivor. Didn't Dan Bilzerian buy a role in that? I think Dan Bilzerian paid 15
Everyone's
grand to be
bidding.
in
Everyone's
that movie.
bidding.
No, but that movie was so good.
Lone
And
Survivor?
American Sniper. Yeah,
Oh,
Lone Survivor.
American Psycho I like, but that one's
American
kind of
Psycho's
No,
amazing.
American Sniper.
Oh, Sniper.
American Sniper is a great movie too.
I mean, military propaganda. That's
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some
But
people
I-
love military movies.
I like that.
Again, maybe if I was
Tabs. Yeah. I forget I'm in the U.S. Sorry, I
Black
shouldn't say
Hawk
that.
Down was like supposedly one of the best, but I don't give a
Wait,
fuck.
what are you?
Really?
I'm Canadian, my good man.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. How you doing? What are you doing? About?
Did you watch our autism episode?
I did. Can I just say I love that episode? Can I just say because I have
It's so funny. You're talking about these directors and stuff, and all these films from the 30s, and you're like, I love the autism episode.
No, I do because it's like first of all, I definitely have. I'm on the spectrum. My partner's on the spectrum. So when we were listening to it in the car, and we were like, wow, it's so nice to hear someone openly talk about this as like not like a I don't think it gets spoken about enough, and the fact that so many people have it and they don't realize it is it's kind of a big deal. And I know I'm on the spectrum, and when I watched the episode, I heard Oscar. I was like, oh, he's definitely on the spectrum.
I was shocked when his number came back the same as Steven's. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that was
we
crazy.
are really reinventing the wheel with this podcast.
That's
here.
amazing.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that's another one, Steven. Really good movie. Look, we got
Great film.
Bounty
Great
Law.
film. Bounty Law. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love it because I love hangout films. Like that's why I like your podcast because it's just people hanging out.
It'll just put me in a different place. I get
It does,
inspired.
yeah. It takes you.
know, I don't know, if I'm having tough times in life, it could happen whenever.
You're
know.
no stranger to that.
Well,
You're no stranger to
what
that.
I was getting at, it's like it's a trick that I've done my whole life, and I think I was doing it subconsciously when I was younger before I realized it. I'll take the bad situation, whatever I'm dealing with at the time. Sometimes it's a lot of things, but I will just. And I see the kids doing it now. Like they'll say, "Oh, he's the main character" or whatever, and it's kind of what I was doing way back. I would just tell myself like, this is a movie. I'm writing the movie of my life, or I'm in a movie.
Wow.
And I could be in jail. I could get arrested, or I could be in handcuffs, about to go to jail, and my charges are potentially could get life. And I'm like,
Totally.
This is just part of the movie, and it's so stupid. I got lucky that I didn't get life.
You got a horseshoe rammed up your ass because you are
and
so lucky.
it's a way to get like an escape from the pain.
There's something in your chart.
So call it fucking old man music all you want, you dumb kid.
son of a
because
bitch.
I cracked the code. I got a fucking superpower. I could transform my life into anything at any time
Jeff,
because of movies and music.
Jeff, what about when Steven was like, man, I just wish that I could like live in the moment, when we went to that lake.
Oh yeah, you want to experience these life experiences. I've never heard anybody say that.
Wow.
We were jumping into a lake and it was a little cold, so it was an uncomfortable situation for him. And he
I
goes,
didn't
"I
want to take my
want
shirt off in front of random people. I
Oh,
don't
is that
know.
what it was?
That's exactly
I
what
thought
it
it was
is.
just. I thought
100% what it was.
You don't give a fuck. You show your dick to everyone.
No, I don't like taking my shirt off in public. Everyone knows this. That's my friend. Don't listen when I tell you these
Bro,
things.
you get naked more than anyone I've ever seen in my life. And I know you
I
do it
have
as a
the
bit.
biggest fear of public pools.
So
and
if you
public
listen to
beaches.
Steven, literally what I'm saying is, you like doing it for fun on video. So if you could just tell yourself, just trick your brain to thinking that you're doing it for a bit, or who gives a fuck, even.
But I don't want people laughing at me when I take off my shirt to go swimming with my friends in
But
a
you
pond.
literally make videos to have people laugh at you. So
Yeah,
why don't you
there's
just
a time
look
and
at
a
it?
place when I want people to laugh at me.
Different intention.
That's I'm trying to explain the trick, the switch I flip in my brain that it makes everything okay, even if I'm in jail or I'm going to jail or something terrible
put on
happens.
Elvis, and then now I can just take off my shirt.
Not necessarily Elvis, because you don't like Elvis or you don't know any correlations to movies or any scenes. Maybe play the Cars song or something. You're like, I'm a car. I'm a car. Yeah, ka-chow. I'm a fucking car now, and I can take my shirt up and jump in this water, and I can experience these life experiences that you said you wanted to do. He literally said that. He goes, fuck, I want to go in there with everybody, because Kyle and I were jumping in the lake, and it was fun. It was a little cold, but you snap right out of it once you get in. I'm in a movie.
Character. Yeah,
I'm in character all the time. Yeah, it was hot out. So he says, I want to. He's like, it's cold. He's like, fuck, man, I want to experience these life experiences in a Patreon vlog, and it was just such a funny thing that he spits out. He's a gem. He does spit out little pieces of things that I'm like, this guy, where did I find him?
Yeah.
And then he lights the microphone on fire, and I'm like, I hate him, and this becomes a lecture show.
What's your birthday?
August 26th.
You got a lot of Virgos in here, man. Kyle's a Virgo.
What does that mean? They're going to betray me one day?
I mean, yeah, it's a theme.
Wait, I was lying. What is October 21st? That's my actual birthday.
That's right. Then you're on the cusp. Oh, I don't believe in cusp, but you're either a Libra or a Scorpio. But I will say this. It's not. I like that. Skepticism. Skepticism is healthy. This generation is very skeptical. But I will say this.
Fair enough. They get the internet now. They can Google things whenever,
Dude, the answers are everywhere.
Where is he?
He only gets his information.
I like how he says it. I like that. Sagittarius. I will say what you just said, where you're like, I turn things into positives. That is so. When I see your chart, that is you, man. Like you have an ability to see the positive in the worst shit. Like people are like, yeah, people are dying all around you. You're like, yeah, but it's not that bad because we'll be able to use their corpses for something. Like, it's like there's a superpower to that, but also be careful because you might not see the gravity of some of the seriousness that you're encountering.
What the fuck is this?
This is Jeff Wittick's chart, everyone.
Do you want to get into this now?
Let's do it, yeah.
And now are you going to make predictions about my future, the
They're not
rest of the year?
They're not predictions. Can I just say Jeff's chart is fucking crazy. Like, look at this chart.
But all charts are crazy, no?
No, dude, no.
What is that?
There's some charts that are boring.
No. Someone made up. That's not real. Someone just wrote stuff down on a piece of paper and said...
I mean, if you're watching at home right now and you think all this astrology stuff is bullshit, cool.
I like that.
I agree with you.
Comment that below.
But also...
Mark is a very intellectual person.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
you
off
might
like that.
be...
That was disrespectful.
No, dude, I appreciate it.
Just, caught up in this stuff and it's just all a load of crap. But I believe in him. I value his opinion. And... if anybody's going to get me into this stuff, it's you.
Okay, I'm not saying you have to go deep, but I'm saying to read astrology, you got to get a bit more into the groove of it.
Let's get into this astrology crap. And sorry, Mark. I'm just,
Dude,
I got to keep the same energy
say
here,
what you will,
I can't just change up completely so you think I'm cool over here.
Well, I will say this. Okay, right away, people that are listening that can't see this chart, Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Leo, that's a big, bad combo. That's interesting. Yeah, it's intense. You know what I mean? Like people like with that combination.
I know Jay-Z's a Sagittarius. That's pretty dope.
Oh, dude, all the best directors are Sagittarius.
Because he's the best rapper of all time, probably. I'd have to say,
And all the best directors are Sagittarians. I will say this. So he's got a Venus that is opposing his Moon in Leo. You are. Let me just put it this way: don't fall in love with your mother.
What?
How dare you?
I mean, yeah, I think I'm
the Moon
I
in
want to.
I don't understand already. I'm lost.
The Moon in Leo in the 4th house is someone that's very close, nurtured by the mother.
What is the 4th house?
The fourth house is home. It's family. You're rising in Taurus. By the way, this is a big thing. Rising in Taurus, you're all about the grind. You want to know why? Because Tauruses are bulls. That's your rising sign. That's what on the far left right here. Taurus ascendant.
That's why Red Bull's called Red Bull because they have taurine in it.
Exactly, taurine. You actually, that's actually true.
Bull sperm.
The bull sperm.
They have bulls jerk off into the.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
Into the cans.
That's
right into the cans.
Yeah. Okay, right now I'm going to say this: Jupiter and Aries. If you're listening to this and you're in Aries, Jupiter is in your house. Jupiter in Aries is coming into Taurus next year. You know what that means for you? That means an expansion of yourself. You're going to become, your personality and your persona is going to be expanded, whether it be through art, whether it be through anything.
I think this collaborative show I'm doing with Tana is going to blow up.
It's good when Jupiter gets in there, which is going to be next year, early next year. You're gonna see your.
Hopefully, I have a name for it by
Wait,
next
what'd
year
you say?
too. If you guys have any
Jupiter-
name
what'd you
suggestions
say?
for
What-
10
oh,
and I
sorry.
show,
Jupiter and Aries.
Oscar's got a
comment them down below.
Oscar's got a good question. Say that again.
You said Jupiter and Aries are coming into his house.
Yeah, so
Mike
Jupiter
and
is
Tano?
Jupiter is in Aries right now. Jupiter in Aries means this. If you're listening right now and you wanna, you ever heard the saying "fortune favors the bold"?
Yeah, of course.
That's Jupiter in Aries. You want to know why? Because Aries are fucking bold. They do things without asking. They just do them. So
That's
Jupiter
me.
in Aries right now
That's
is
me.
going to come into your first house, and it's going to blow you up. It's going to expand your person. In the last 2 years, Saturn, you were going through your Saturn return. People have to understand this. If you're 27-ish, you're going through your Saturn return. What does that mean? You become an adult. It fucks you up. You
Yeah, 'cause sometimes you don't want it.
You don't
and
want it.
especially when 30's closing on you, you think that's
get-
the end of your life.
You
or
stare down
your
exactly.
youth.
You stare down the barrel of fucking 30. When Saturn was transiting all of, you see the top right of your chart. I wish I got the pointer right here.
So
You
the
see
last 2 years were rough for me. That was like my 27.
The last 2 years of your life, because you have a cluster chart.
When I turned 27, I was drunk the whole year. I don't even remember it.
Dude, because you have this cluster right here in the top right of your chart, Saturn was transiting every planet in your chart. It was going over everything. And what does Saturn do? Saturn is the father. Saturn is the paternal force that checks your pulse with a strong grip. It goes, are you ready for what you're about to do? And when, I'm going to say this, when you got into your accident, it was your Saturn return.
That
It was,
motherfucker. Saturn's a fucking...
and because you have Saturn in the
a
ninth
prick.
house,
Saturn's a prick.
bitch. Saturn's a bitch. And when I shit you not, literally to the day, it was hovering over your Saturn, and it was fucking you up. It was saying, are you ready to learn a hard lesson? Because your Saturn's in the ninth house. Saturn in the ninth house people don't believe in shit. They don't believe in organized religion. They don't believe in a greater power. They're skeptical. But I'm telling you right now, I think personally, after you went through what you did, you started reevaluating. Is there a greater power? Are they watching over me?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm not joking.
No, I'm not either.
Like
you're spot on.
Like millimeter. Like when shit gets down
it was a fucking wake up call for sure. You know, it definitely changed me for good. Like I will never have the version of myself back. The way I lived my life, the way I gave a fuck about certain things.
Yeah.
I didn't care about anything, you know? Oh, that's not true. I cared about stuff, but I don't know. I just had a way more laid back approach to everything in life. And that really put things into perspective, you know?
I kind of like that your Saturn return brought you into a state of order. I kind of
I've
like
had that several times before.
Have
but
you?
that
Have you?
moment,
Yeah.
because I was always kind of dilly-dallying with social media and shit. Like I never
No,
looked
you're
at it
disciplined.
as if I'm all in this, and if I don't make it, that's the end. Like I'm fucked, you know?
Yeah.
And that moment kind of made me think, like, I gave a chunk of my fucking brain. I gave a piece of my life for whatever I'm doing. But just the amount of pain and shit that I went through and the amount of stuff I sacrificed, like, of myself, I'm like, I'm all in this game now. Wow. So, yeah.
I like that you said that in exchange. It was like you
I
gave
even
a
stopped,
piece of yourself.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I didn't know we were going to get this deep today.
No, but that's exactly it. It's like you know, the Saturn return I think challenged you to see like, okay, what do you really believe in? Are you willing to give a piece of you?
I even stopped caring what people think a lot more after that.
That's what I love about it. Man, dude, I gotta say that's my favorite part about you now. You don't give a fuck.
I used to care, like being nervous at petting scorpions when we first started shooting, calling action.
Yeah.
This is it, big screen. This is shot like a movie that you could play on a fucking giant screen. You see everything wrong.
Yeah.
If there's something wrong where you could tell that I'm acting, you'll be able to point that out
right away.
And I was thinking too much of that. And if you don't want that, then just don't fucking act.
Exactly.
Just make that real life. Wow. But yeah, it's
and I sensed that was a pretty big. I will say this.
I stopped caring what people thought more.
Do you think that?
And I was
that made
worried
you
at
better?
first. The
That made
initial thing, like days after the accident, I was like, "Fuck, this is gonna look like I'm an idiot," and that was stressing me out.
No, man.
And yeah, I didn't handle it right because I was in shock at first. But yeah, I was so worried about protecting people and also not wanting myself to look stupid.
What you just
'cause I
said,
understand.
protecting people. The moon in Leo, that's you. You're always your moon opposite Venus, dude. You're always trying to protect other people. You're always concerned about what other people are feeling and thinking. And the thing is this, you got to give a bit more time for yourself. You got to be like, yeah, but what the fuck happened to me?
Mhm.
Forget like, and
I'm always cutting people's hair,
Dude.
giving advice that goes in one ear, out the other.
That's also the Jupiter. He's got a Jupiter in Cancer like that too.
He wasn't listening.
He's like, what? He's like smoking a cigar. He's like, what?
I'm literally talking about him
He looks
to
like
him.
Rockefeller right now. He's like, what'd you say?
He's got half a haircut because I was doing it before the show and we had to cut it off.
Cut on one side.
I'll fade in the rest after.
The Jupiter in Cancer makes you a bit like you're a nurturer, dude. Like you take care of people, and that's the thing. That's your strength.
But who said that? You know what I mean? Like, where
From
did
the
he hear
fucking
that?
star, Stephen, from space. It comes from outer space.
Good question, Space.
God. Strike him with lightning. Strike Stephen. Strike him down. Teach him a lesson, God.
Jupiter in Cancer.
There we go. That's you getting struck because you don't believe in astrology.
You don't have to believe in it, but like the Jupiter in Cancer in the third house. I'm gonna say this. My name on TikTok is the third house. The third house rules communication. It rules art, talking to other people. Your Jupiter, which is the expansive power, what they considered Zeus, right? Jesus, Jesus, the Zeus,
Jesus.
Yeezy. Yeah.
Yeezy. That's in your third house. What does that mean? It means naturally you are gifted with the gift of gab. You have that.
Point.
That's my point. Exactly. You can speak. You have a natural proclivity towards this. A circle of communication. In the third house in Cancer, though, what is Cancer? Cancer is nurturing. It's you want to take care of people within that circle. You want to communicate to help people and, give them a bit of strength. That's what I'm saying about what the situation that you went through. I found when I watched the dailies, everyone, when I was editing this doc, I was watching the dailies, and I saw Jeff, and I was like, he's always trying to take care of other people.
What's the dailies?
Sorry, the dailies are like Oscar sends me a fucking drive of footage, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm just saying it so the listeners know.
Yeah. Dailies are the footage that you get while you're in the middle of making something, a film or a doc, and you're looking at the rushes. Dailies are rushes, or just like stuff that you're seeing, and you're like,
They're
all
like
right,
rough cuts.
This
for
is
the
when
day.
you were editing on
on your doc.
Mhm.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, the Jupiter in the third house is so prevalent in Cancer because you're like, I don't know how to explain it. You always are worried about, not worried, but you always want to take care of other people
That's
before,
fair.
before
That's
yourself.
Mhm.
Before yourself. And that's so weird. But your moon and Leo.
What'd you say? That's true?
Yeah, he
Dick rider.
he can see that. He's like, all right, yeah, you're right. But wait, bring up the chart
So when
again.
I'm nice to you, he says Dick Rider.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to train him.
Yeah,
See, this
yeah.
is me nurturing
Of
still.
course, like a pit bull. You gotta
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's like, I attack him.
Steven,
I
just
attack him
trust my
because
methods.
anytime I compliment him, he says Dick Rider.
Trust my methods. That came to me from space.
Yeah.
That
That's
comment
the
to you,
start.
Dick Rider,
Bro.
to keep you sharp. I was raised in a barbershop with fucking
Exactly.
guys that I felt like I was in prison. They were like
Exactly.
big brothers, but just tough love. And they would say shit to me like that. And now I'm giving you all of my life experience. You should be grateful. Don't care what you're doing, what you're showing me right now.
Oh my God, you can't do no. You torched it.
Bro.
You torched it. I got another one for you. Your Neptune conjunct Mercury. I will say this: if you have Neptune conjunct Mercury, you can be easily manipulated by people. Be careful.
Yeah, I see that too.
You can get wrapped up in people that are fraudsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be aware of that.
I do.
I'm not looking at anyone in this room. I'm just saying, your past fraudsters, people that don't. They're grifters.
Well, bro, it's tough, especially in
Of
this
course,
town. I
of
don't have
course.
family around. I used to
course.
be able to go to my mentors and stuff, and people that live in a real town. It's just so much more realistic. You get real good advice from people. If I just call my parents,
Your family is strong in this chart.
it's just tough when you don't have that. And I'm just talking to people that live in LA, and this town attracts a certain type of person. They do a lot of stuff for themselves. you know?
Nefarious, yeah. Jeff's chart is the kind of chart that's like, I trust people inherently because I think they're as good as I want them to believe to be. You know what I mean? Like, I trust them. And so often that gets you down a few rabbit holes where you're like, oh yeah, no, this is, he's good intention. It's like, no, not good intention. It's not good
Wow.
intention. And
So I'm gonna keep on having hard life lessons. Until
no. I think that Saturn return taught you the hardest lesson you can get, which is like, trust yourself before you trust other people.
Go with
Trust
your gut.
yourself. Go with your gut.
That's a thing I started saying a lot.
Go with your gut.
especially when people ask me for advice. It's what I say, and I know it's like such a vague answer, but
That is not vague. to listen to yourself. No one listens to themselves. They listen to like commercials, listen to movies, listen to podcasts. They're like, yeah, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should be fucking smoking crack. It's like, no. Listen to what you believe in.
That's the whole thing.
I kind of don't want it after you fucking sucked on it until.
I know it looks like something you get off like a beach in Cuba right now. Where
you took all the luxury out of it by slobbering all over it. It's no longer. Give me another one. I'll get another one going.
I'm sorry if this is going too long.
No, this is great. Bad. No, I've been having a blast. You got me talking about myself, which is what I love to do. Give one movie for people to watch at home listening right now. Homework for tonight.
Are you serious? There's too many. You want like
obscure
or
three? Then name three. Give them some homework here, Mark. This will be.
This has to be an annual thing.
What is the all-time greatest movie?
To me, it's Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley
You got notes? Oh, Eyes
Wide
notes.
Shut? Of course I got notes. But you think I'm going to come here unprepared?
Wow. Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut to me is the best film of all time. I'm writing a book on it. It's going to come out hopefully next year. I've been developing it for 6 years, talking to Kubrick's assistant, Leon Vitali. I'm trying to go deep on it. I'm trying to get into like the nitty gritty. Shout out to Jacob Rosenberg, a director from LA who got me in contact with Leon Vitali. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that was the right-hand man to Stanley Kubrick for a lot of his films. And so I'm trying to finish that book. Mm-hmm. And that's my ultimate film because I've devoted so much of my own life to it. You know what I mean? It's so personal. And also I just love the idea of a relationship. To me, in the end of the day, every film is about a relationship. Whether it be a relationship with your mom, your lover, your dad, yourself, taxi driver, yourself. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, Taxi Driver. That's on
Taxi
Netflix.
Driver, Throne of Blood.
Well, Taxi Driver's tough. Honestly, now in this current day and age,
it would never get greenlit. Never.
Nobody's even gonna make it through that.
Dude, never.
I'm so happy I get to watch these movies before all of this shit now.
Dude, it's the story of an incel for 2 hours. It's the story of a guy that hates
maybe even 2.5.
And it's scored by Bernard Herrmann, who, if you guys don't know, did the soundtrack to all of Hitchcock's films. So it's like, yeah, it's a seedy film scored like a horror film. You're like, why am I listening?
Let's give him more of a fun one than that.
Super bad.
Super bad, great film.
Yeah, super bad. I mean, I guess we got kind of a comedy audience here.
Do you like westerns?
The Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead.
Hell and High Water. That was a great. That's a western, right?
I like that you're trying to get lighthearted. I like that. Being There by Hal Ashby, Peter Sellers. I know you young kids probably don't know it, but Being There will reinvent what you think about comedy. I'll go contemporary.
Yeah, sure.
Austin Powers.
Oh, I fucking love Austin Powers. I love Austin Powers.
Tom Cruise in it.
I love The Spy Who Shagged Me too.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, fantastic. Okay, here's a contemporary film that you might like. Bully. Larry Clark.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Brad Renfro was high on heroin the entire time. And when Larry Clark tried to make the film, he had to like basically carry him out of a trailer because he was so fucking high. And when you see the film, you'll understand why.
Best Christmas movie of all time.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh no, Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
Movie.
It takes place the 3 days before Christmas.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're right.
Die Hard.
The Grinch.
Die Hard's great.
Die Hard's great.
Grinch is great.
Elf.
Ron Howard.
Home Alone.
Elf is great.
How are we forgetting Home Alone?
There's Bully. Watch Bully.
Okay.
Watch Bully just for the last needle drop in that film.
We had so many fucking suggestions. But now we're like Netflix, what they do where you're just scrolling through. We gave too many.
Exactly, I know. Sorry.
So now people are going to be like, well, fucking, this is too complicated. I'm out. And they're
I'm
just
done. I cut.
So you gave Bully. You gave Cars. You want everybody in the world to watch
Finding
Cars,
Nemo.
right?
No, just you.
Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Just you.
So you say Finding Nemo.
This might be a problematic
the
recommendation.
Evil Dead.
Friday.
Evil Dead's fucking amazing.
Oh, Friday, Kyle? That's a
Yeah.
good one. Damn,
Fridays great.
I forgot that movie existed.
I love black cinema.
That dog in Friday?
Yeah.
Bro, I want that dog next.
After Nerf?
Yeah, because
You're already thinking. I like that you're already thinking about the.
No, I've thought about this before. Those dogs are so funny.
one that
Like they're
bit the
so
guy's
ugly
ass.
and people hate them. But that's why I think I would like it so much.
I know. Okay, you want a comedy? You want a comedy?
Sure, yeah.
That I guarantee no one that's listening has heard of. Four Lions, Chris Morris. I'm not going to recommend films that aren't funny. You're on a. I'm gonna.
Man, it's tough for me to really laugh at a movie.
I like that he typed in 4 lines. I
Yeah,
like that.
Lion.
Lions.
I like all the scary movies. Those are also funny.
Scary movie? What's your favorite scary movie?
That's tough. I don't know. They kind of started getting shitty after 4, right?
Yeah, I kind of like
Simon Rex killed it in that.
Simon Rex was great in
Red Rocket. Yeah,
holy shit!
I know.
Dude,
Perfect
when I
movie
watched that,
for
I
him.
was like, Jeff could do that. Like that kind of like charismatic. You could just do.
Well, that's so spot on because he had a sex tape or something early on before he.
Would you run around naked like he did?
Would I do that?
Good question.
I don't. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would. I don't give a fuck. Didn't we get
I
naked
got
for an
no
Old
shame.
Spice Instagram video, Oscar?
Yeah.
Did you?
I don't.
Like, I have no shame.
I'm pull it up.
No, don't pull it up here. It's fucking. I always thought that too. Like when I watched Leo and Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like naked at the window,
God,
like that.
amazing.
On you're on set where there's like 100 people and they're
would you
walking
go,
to it.
Would you go real
No,
dick
no.
or prosthetic dick?
100 people? No, not 100 people.
I mean,
on set.
prosthetic dick would be funny, but you know, it's not. I guess it's not up to you in these situations. You do what they say.
The best
They tell
horror
you,
film.
get your real dick out. You got to get your real
Your
dick
dick.
out, right, Steven? You know what I'm saying? Get your real dick out.
He's like, no, please.
What if we got you a prosthetic dick to show people instead of that real one?
Well, then it wouldn't be funny. The whole
You're
point of
right.
it,
See what I'm
so
saying?
it's
Method
small.
acting. That's why I keep this guy around.
He's in the zone
The
always.
passion. Look at the passion in his face.
Fucking
He
Marlon
goes, I
Brando
want to
right now.
show my real dick to
Like,
guests when they come in here on this podcast. It's
He's,
like
he's
it's a
staring at
running
me. He's
joke.
staring at me like Polly at the end of Goodfellas.
You want to show me a dick? You want to see his dick?
Show it now.
No,
Drop trial. Let's go. And then he closes.
Look at him thinking
He's
about
like,
it.
he's like, how dare
The
you?
most
He's like, how dare you ask
The
me?
most gangster thing. You want to see my dick? You want to see my dick? Huh?
You promised me a dick. That's why I
I
came
didn't
on
say
here.
that. No, I never talked about this, Steven. He's just no. I never said that because he's gonna take that serious. He's like, you fucking do this, and he's the one.
No, I'm
I
not.
knew him for an hour, and he
No.
pulled his dick out. We had a party here.
I'm
And it was
not
very
even
different.
gonna get back to this argument. Like we've been over this so many times. It's y'all.
No, it was just gangster how you were like.
I know it was.
I thought you were gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
Like you were gonna be like.
Yeah, you wanted to see yeah.
How do we even get here?
Of course, that's why I came here.
With the cigar.
So with this, I got. Oh, it's like Howard Stern. It's like Howard Stern.
It's so small.
Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Was
like this.
That was
Appreciate
gangster,
that.
Steven. I've never seen anybody. Are we rapping?
Oh, I thought we were.
How long has it been?
It's been a while.
I'm sorry, I was rambling.
No, I had a
No,
blast.
you're great.
I'm sorry.
I had a blast. This is probably one of my favorite episodes. It didn't feel like work. Sometimes I feel like work in here, you know?
Appreciate that.
But who knows? It might be the most boring episode ever, but I
Hey, you
enjoyed
listen
it.
back, you're like, "Oh,
I
dude."
genuinely fucking enjoyed it. This is probably the longest episode ever. but
Jesus.
who gives a fuck, you know?
We're gonna have to
upstairs.
wrap it.
Oh, we got to wrap anyway.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
Just
Mark.
right.
This was great.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Steven.
Now let's make movies. And
It's happening.
yeah, well, you and me together. Let's
do
make
it.
another one. Maybe we'll write Steven into it and Mike.
It's already in my head. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of writing it down.
Really?
The
Yeah.
one we were
Am I
talking
the
about?
Am I the cool guy in it?
You're the coolest guy that doesn't show his
You're
dick.
the lead.
Okay? You don't have to do what he's telling you.
You're a cool guy
You're
that
fully
never
clothed,
shows his
don't
dick
worry.
I'm a lovable
in
loser.
the movie.
I'm the lovable loser, right?